Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So we'll be speaking about Mucukunda, prayers of Mucukunda. And then after the Sunday lecture is over, then we'll have mini arati for the Sunday sponsor. And then there will be a more announcement. And then there will be prasadam for everyone. So please be tuned, stay with us. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jaya Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jaya Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jaya Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jaya Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jaya Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jaya Vallabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Bhaja Jananandana Yashodanandana Bhaja Jananandana Yashodanandana Bhaja Jananandana Yashodanandana Bhaja Jananandana Yamuna Tiravana Yamuna Tiravana Yamuna Tiravana Yamuna Tiravana Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jaya Vallabha Girivardhari श्रील अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। इस्कॉन बीबीटी संस्थापकाचार्य जगद्गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमद श्रील भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट वैराग्य शिरोमणि श्रील गौर किशोरदास बाबाजी महाराज की जय। नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट ओम विष्णुपाद सचिदानंदन श्रील भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर महाशय की जय। नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट वैष्णव सार्वभौम श्रील जगन्नाथ दास बाबाजी महाराज की जय। श्रील बलदेव विद्याभूषण महाराज की जय। श्रील विश्वनाथ चक्रवर्ती ठाकुर महाराज की जय। श्री नरोत्तम श्यामानंद श्रीनिवास प्रभुत्रय गण की जय। श्री रूप श्री सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्ट दास रघुनाथ श्री षड गोस्वामी प्रभुगण की जय। रामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर महाशय की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरिराज गोवर्धन की जय। श्री ब्रजभूमि श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय। नवद्वीप श्री मायापुर धाम की जय। पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। गंगा देवी की जय। जमुना देवी की जय। भक्ति देवी की जय। कृष्ण भक्ति प्रदायिनी श्रीमती तुलसी महारानी की जय। कलयुग पावन श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन महायज्ञ की जय। हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद ट्रांसेंडेंटल बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Jai Jai Shri Radhe Shyam. अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च। श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। नमः विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशवादी वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महामदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायके कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नामिने गौरसे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते। तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Vasudeva Paraveda, Vasudeva Paraveda, Vasudeva Paramakha, Vasudeva Paramakha, Vasudeva Parayoga, Vasudeva Parayoga, Vasudeva Parakriya, Vasudeva Parakriya, Vasudeva Param Jnanam, Vasudeva Param Jnanam, Vasudeva Param Tapaha, Vasudeva Param Tapaha, Vasudeva Paro Dharmo, Vasudeva Paro Dharmo, Vasudeva Parakatihi, Vasudeva Parakatihi, Krishnaya Vasudevaya, Krishnaya Vasudevaya, Devaki Nandanaya cha, Devaki Nandanaya cha, Nanda Gopa Kumaraya, Nanda Gopa Kumaraya, Govindaya Namo Namaha, Govindaya Namo Namaha, Namaha Pankajanaಭಾಯ, Namaha Pankajanaಭಾಯ, Namaha Pankajamaline, Namaha Pankajamaline, Namaha Pankajanetraya, Namaha Pankajanetraya, Namaste Pankajangraye, Namaste Pankajangraye, Aradhyo Bhagavan Brajesh Tanaya, Aradhyo Bhagavan Brajesh Tanaya, Tadhama Vrindavanam, Tadhama Vrindavanam, Ramya Kachidupasana Vrajavadhu, Ramya Kachidupasana Vrajavadhu, Vargenaya Kalpita, Vargenaya Kalpita, Shrimad Bhagavatam Pramanamamalam, Shrimad Bhagavatam Pramanamamalam, Prema Pumarto Maha, Prema Pumarto Maha, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhor Matamidam, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhor Tatradaro na para, Tatradaro na para, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, thank you very much for your kind association today. The topic for today's discussion is the prayers of King Mucukunda. And it is not possible to go through all the prayers in one session. So we will at least see one prayer. So on your phone, you can kindly open Veda Base, go to Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 51, Text 53. So this is Srimad Bhagavatam 10.51.53. Kindly repeat. Bhavapavargo brahmato yada bhave. Bhavapavargo brahmato yada bhave. Janasya tar achyutasat samagamaha. Janasya tar achyutasat samagamaha. Satsangamo yarhitadeva sadgatam. Satsangamo yarhitadeva sadgatam. Paravareshe tvai jayate matihi. Paravareshe tvai jayate matihi. Bhavapavargo brahmato yada bhave. Janasya taryachyutasat samagamaha. Satsangamo yarhitadeva sadgatau. Satsangamo yarhitadeva sadgatau. Paravareshe tvai jayate matihi. Paravareshe tvai jayate matihi. Bhavapavargo brahmato yada bhave. Bhavapavargo brahmato yada bhave. Janasya tarachyutasat samagamaha. Janasya tarachyutasat samagamaha. Satsangamo yarhitadeva sadgatau. Satsangamo yarhitadeva sadgatau. Paravareshe tvai jayate matihi. Paravareshe tvai jayate matihi. One Prabhu, one Mataji, one boy and one girl. Quickly.
Bhavapavargo brahmato yada bhave.
Bhavapavargo brahmato yada bhave.
Janasya tarhi achyuta satsamagamaha.
Janasya tarachyutasat samagamaha.
Satsangamo yarhitadaiva sadgato.
Satsangamo yarhitadeva sadgato.
Paravareshe tvai jayate matihi.
Paravareshe tvai jayate matihi. Bhavapavargo brahmato yada bhave. Janasya tarachyutasat samagamaha. Satsangamo yarhitadeva sadgatau. Paravareshe tvai jayate matihi. One girl. Bhavapavargo brahmato yada bhave. Janasya tarachyutasat samagamaha. Satsangamo yarhitadeva sadgatau. Paravareshe tvai jayate matihi. Arav, you count as a boy. Bhavapavargo brahmato yada bhave. Janasya tarachyutasat Namaha. Satsangamoyarhitadaiva sadgato Paravareshe tvai jayate matihi. My dear friends, this is a favorite verse of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It is quoted in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. It is a favorite verse of our acharyas. Srila Prabhupada quoted it. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur quotes it in Sri Jaiva Dharma. And this verse is filled with rasa. We repeated it so many times because this is the best way to memorize. And if we memorize the verses, then we can carry them with us in our heart. And we are driving, we are walking, we are in an elevator and we can remember the verse and be connected to Srimad Bhagavatam. It's a very beautiful verse. We'll see the meaning of the words, synonyms. Bhava means of material existence. Apavargaha means finished, cessation. Brahmata means those who have been wandering. Yada means when. Bhavet occurs. Janasya for a person. Tarhi at that time. Achyuta, O infallible Lord Krishna. So Maharaj Mucukunda is addressing Krishna by calling Krishna by the name Achyut. Sat means of saintly devotees. Samagamaha, association. In this satsangama, satsang means association of saintly person. Yarhi, when, tada, then. So yada, when, and tada, then. Eva, only. Sat, of the saintly. Gatau, who is the goal. Para, of superior, the causes of material creation. And avara, and inferior, their products. Ishe, of the Supreme Lord. Ishe means of Ishwar, Supreme Lord. Tvai, yourself. Jayate is born. Mati means devotion or Krishna consciousness is born. Translation and purport by the humble disciples of our beloved founder Acharya, His Divine Grace, Srila Abhay Charanarvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Translation. Maharaj Mucukunda is offering this prayer to Lord Krishna. When, please listen carefully. Everybody is attentive? Haribol. When the material life of a wandering soul has ceased, O Lord Achyut, he may attain the association of your devotees. When do we attain the association of devotees? When our material life is finished. And when he associates with the devotees, Jayate, there awakens in him Tvai Mati, devotion unto you, who are the goal of the devotees and the Lord of everything, the causes and their effects. Krishna is the Lord of everything, Krishna is the goal of the devotees, and love and devotion, bhakti for Krishna awakens in the heart when we get the association of devotees. And we get association of devotees when our material life is finished. When the time comes for a jiva's material existence to finish, that person comes in the association of pure devotees. That is the meaning. It's very beautiful. Purport. Acharyas Srila Jiva Goswami and Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur agree on the following point. Although, now this is very interesting, so please pay close attention, it's very interesting. Although it is stated here that when the material life ceases, one attains the association of devotees. In fact, it is the association of Krishna's devotees that enables one to transcend material existence. So what is said in this verse, that when a devotee's material life is over, the devotee comes in the association of devotees of Krishna. But Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur and Srila Jiva Goswami say, actually it's quite the reverse. Getting free from this material world is the result of coming in contact with devotees. So why does it say that when the material life of a devotee, of a person is finished, that person meets a devotee. Why it is said in the reverse order? And that is the explanation that we will hear now. Please listen carefully. Srila Jiva Goswami explains this apparent inversion of sequence by quoting the Kavya Prakash 10.153 as follows. Karya karanayoscha paurva parya viparyayo vidneya tishayo tihi syat sa. Atishayokti means exaggeration. A statement in which the logical order of a cause and its effect is reversed should be understood to be atishayokti, exaggeration. Or atishayokti means emphasis by extreme assertion. A point is being emphasized and the speaker is so enthusiastic to emphasize that he is just reversing the order. Can I give an example? When the time comes for someone's blood sugar to go up, they enter Baskin and Robbins. Makes sense? Because what happens when you enter an ice cream shop, you're going to eat ice cream which has sugar and your blood sugar is going to go up. So one may say that when the time for someone's blood sugar go up, that person will enter ice cream shop. Similarly, here it is said, when a person's material existence is finished, that person will come in the association of devotees, which in other words means, if you associate with devotees, it is guaranteed that your material life is finished. Haribol. Isn't it wonderful? Srila Jiva Goswami cites the following commentary on this statement. Karanasya shighra karitam vaktum karyasya purvam uktau. To express, now listen to this, to express the swift action of a cause, one may assert the result before the cause. One may put the result before the cause if the cause is so powerful that it is guaranteed this is going to happen. In this connection, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur points out that the merciful association of a Lord's devotees makes possible our determination to become Krishna conscious. Is there anybody here who has become Krishna conscious without association of devotees? Please raise your hand. Is there anyone here who has become Krishna Bhakta without association of devotees? Please raise your hand. It is not possible. Haribo. And the Acharya agrees with Srila Jiva Goswami that this verse is an instance of Atishayokti. Emphasis by extreme assertion. The point is being asserted with such emphasis that they are reversing the order. Is it clear? The verse is clear? So the verse says that when a devotee gives his or her association to a jiva who is wandering in this material world, that jiva will be delivered. That jiva will be liberated. That jiva, that person will be uplifted. For sure, it is guaranteed. So with this understanding, let us recite this prayer of Maharaj Mucukunda once more. Everybody ready? Bhava pavargo brahmato yada bhave.
Bhava pavargo brahmato yada bhave.
Janasya tar achyuta sat samagamaha.
Janasya tar achyuta sat samagamaha.
Satsangamo yarhi tadaiva sadgato.
Satsangamo yarhi tadaiva sadgato.
Paravareshe tvai jayate matihi.
Paravareshe tvai jayate matihi.
To understand this point, let us see what this chapter tells us. So what I'm going to tell you is a combination of this chapter 51 of the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam and Garga Samhita. Because some parts are mentioned here and also from Harivansha. Some parts are mentioned in Harivansha. So many thousands of years ago, when it was Satya Yuga, the age of pious people, Kali Yuga is the age of impious people. So many thousands of years ago in Satya Yuga, there was Dev Asur Sangram mentioned in Bhagavatam. There was a great fight between the demigods and the demons. There are always two teams, two camps in this material world, the good and the bad. And there is always strife. That's just the nature of this world. When this fight was going on, the demigods were having a tough time keeping up with the demons. So they wanted to recruit more help. And in emergency situation calls for emergency measures. So they found some highly qualified human beings who were very powerful, who could fight really well. As good as or even better than the Devatas, the demigods. One such king was Maharaj Mucukunda. He was the son of Maharaj Mandhata. Who has heard of Maharaj Mandhata in Srimad Bhagavatam? Yes, Prithviraj Samadhi. Just heard. So we remember the Kaliya Daman Leela, chastisement of Kaliya, the snake, by Lord Krishna. Kaliya could live in that lake of Mother Yamuna because of the curse of Shaubhari Muni. Anybody knows the relationship between Shaubhari Muni and Maharaj Mandhata? Yes, Maharaj Mandhata was the father-in-law of Shaubhari Muni. Maharaj Mandhata had 50 daughters, all of them were married to Shaubhari Muni later on. So that Maharaj Mandhata, he had a son also. Yes. Yes. That Maharaj Mandhata, he had a son whose name was Maharaj Mucukunda. He was a very powerful king. Powerful people can do powerful things. We have difficulty taking care of one spouse. But powerful people can do extraordinary things. He could keep 50 wives happy because Shaubhari Muni expanded himself into 50 Shaubhari Munis to be with each of the wives. So anyway, Mandhata's son was Maharaj Mucukunda, very, very powerful person. He was such a great Kshatriya warrior that the Devatas, King Indra, the king of Devatas, invited him, please come and fight on our behalf, help us. So Maharaj Mucukunda, for a long time, he fought on behalf of the demigods against the demons, and he was very successful. Very successful. Now, time is quite relative. Just like for us, 1 year is maybe just a small part of our life. We may live for 80, 85 years. So 1 year is not that much. But for an ant, 1 year may be a couple of generations of those ants. I don't know the exact lifespan of an ant. So time is relative. So for us, 100 years is the full life of a human being in Kali Yuga. But for the Devatas, they live for thousands of years. So when Maharaj Mucukunda agreed to fight for the Devatas, they empowered him that the earthly time will not apply to you. You will have a life of the Devatas. So for many, many celestial years he fought for the Devatas. And finally the Devatas got Shri Kartikeya as their commander-in-chief. And when Kartikeya came, then the Devatas were winning. And they said, Maharaj Mucukunda, thank you for fighting for us for so many years. But now we do not need your services anymore because we have Kartikeya Maharaj. He is the commander-in-chief of the Devatas. He is a great warrior and we are now safe. So you may retire from your services. Thank you. Maharaj Mucukunda was so tired. He had been fighting for such a long time in a human body. He was extremely fatigued. So he said, oh, that's a big relief. And the Devatas very honestly told him, and just for your information, you have been fighting for many years of the celestial worlds, but down in earth, millennia after millennia have passed. And your wife, your children, your subjects, your kingdom, everything is long gone. We are sorry to inform you this. But everything that you knew, that whole world is finished, it has transformed. Everything is gone. Nobody will recognize you. It's been so many years. But you are free to go. Before you go, we would like to offer you a benediction. Please ask for some benediction. Accept mukti. Because liberation, what we discussed, apavarga means mukti, that only Lord Vishnu can give. Other than mukti from this world, you ask us for any benediction and we will give you. Maharaj Mucukunda realized what is the nature of this material life. I fought so hard for the devatas out of duty. On earth, my family is gone, my kingdom is gone, my palace is gone, the life that I knew is gone. It's a completely different world down there now. What will I do going there? And the devatas say they cannot give me mukti. They cannot give me liberation from this material world. So what was I fighting for all these years? What is the use? It was quite useless. So he said, you know what? Just give me the benediction that I can go to sleep. And I don't want to be woken up. I'm so fatigued, I just want to go to sleep. I'm done. When we are sleep deprived, the mind doesn't work quite well. Mallika is nodding her head. She has some realization. When we are sleep deprived, it's very taxing on the brain. Medically, it is proven that you can go without food for 1 month, you can go without water for 1 week, but you can go without sleep for 3 days and not more. Person will die. Krishna Govinda. Person will die if we don't sleep for 3 days. So Maharaj Mucukunda was extremely sleep deprived. So he said, I just want to go to sleep. And then he feared that Indra will get into another war and again recruit him, again call him. So he looked at Indra and he said, and if anybody dares to wake me up from my sleep, whoever I look at, that person should immediately die. Because he wanted to make sure nobody dares to wake him up. He desperately wanted to sleep. But our acharyas have written a tika on this. They tell the internal mood of Maharaj Mucukunda. Maharaj Mucukunda had become aware of the nature of this material world, how everything is temporary here. So his inner thought was, I don't want to see anything of this material world. Now if I see someone, it must be the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Because of this, he said, I just want to go off to sleep. And I don't want to be woken up by any of you. So the Devata said, Tathastu. So be it. You go and sleep. So Maharaj Mucukunda came from the heavenly planet to the earth planet, and he went to a place in Rajasthan, which is still there. He went to a gufa, a cave, and somewhere in Rajasthan, he entered that cave and went off to sleep. And nobody knew about this. Because everybody had forgotten that there used to be a king called Mucukunda who had gone to fight for the Devatas. The world had moved on. We will also be forgotten. Hare Krishna. But we take ourselves so seriously. For temporary profits, we are willing to sin. We are willing to hurt others. What is that verse? Ahani ahani bhutani gachanti ha yamalayam shesha sthavaram icchanti kim ascharyam atha param. Maharaj Yudhishthira says in Mahabharata, in the Yaksha Samvad, that the most kim ascharyam atha param, the most surprising thing in this world is that ahani means day after day. Bhutani gachanti ha yamalayam. You see, people are dispatched to the abode of death. Yamalaya means there is Mantralaya, there is Sachivalaya, there is Bhojanalaya, there is Granthalaya, and there is Yamalaya. Yamalaya means the abode of death. Day after day we see people are dispatched to the abode of death. But still, those who are living, Shesha, Sthavaram Icchanti, we think we are going to live here forever. And they live happily ever after. I will also live happily ever after. And we behave as if we are going to live forever. We don't do bhajan because we think, kal kar lenge. Aaj kare so kal kare so parso. Itni jaldi kya hai pyare jab jina hai parso. What you have to do today, you do tomorrow. What you do tomorrow, do day after tomorrow. What is such a hurry when you have to live for so many years? That's not true. That's not the right philosophy that we understand from Srimad Bhagavatam. We understand Ayur Harati Vaipumsa. Every moment is precious. And we have to do bhajan, Kaumaram Acharya Pratna. We have to do bhajan now. So he just wanted to go to sleep and he went to sleep. Everybody forgot about him. Life went on. There came a great king called Kansa, Maharaj Kamsa. He was a demon in his previous birth called Kalanemi. He was killed by Lord Vishnu. He was reborn as Kamsa. And his father-in-law, Kamsa, was married to Asti and Prapti. Two ladies, Asti and Prapti. And the father of Asti and Prapti was Maharaj Jarasandha. So they were friends, they had alliance. Jarasandha gave his elephant, killer elephant, Kuvalaya Peed to Kansa in dowry. Birds of the same feather flock together. So Kansa and Jarasandha were friends, and they were living in Mathura. There was a priest, the great Gargacharya, Gargamuni, and Gargamuni had a son, Gargya. This story is mentioned in Garga Samhita. So Gargya was living in Mathura, but some of the residents of Mathura, they insulted him. And they ridiculed him for some reason. They made fun of him. And he got so upset that he went to South India. And he did tapasya for 12 years, worshipping Lord Shiva. And for 12 years, all he ate was powdered iron. Metal. Powdered metal he ate. That's all he ate. Iron filings. For 12 years. Crazy austerity. But Lord Shiva was pleased with him, and after 12 years, Lord Shiva gave him darshan and said, "What do you want? What are you doing all this austerity for?" And he told Lord Shiva, "I want to have a son." Because in Mathura, some of the Yadus had called him a eunuch. They teased him as a eunuch. So he said, "I want to have a son who will create terror for the Yadus. I want a son who Krishna will never kill. Give me a son like that." Because Krishna will never kill and he will create terror for Yadus, means deadly combination. Because when Indrani Takulam Lokam Viridayam Yuge, when somebody creates trouble for the devotees, Krishna comes to save. But here the benediction is Krishna cannot kill. Haribol. Shankar Bhagavan smiled just like you are smiling. Because Shankar Bhagavan knew that this stupid fellow, foolish fellow, thinks that he has asked for a benediction which will enable him to destroy the Yadus. Little does he know that Krishna has a solution for every problem. Hiranyakashipu could not get away. What is this Gargya going to do? He said, "Okay, go. Tadhastu. So be it. Go." He got an invitation from the king of Yavanas from Afghanistan. And he went north to Afghanistan to the king of the Yavanas. His name is not mentioned. And the king of Yavan said, "I am not able to have a child. Can you please give me a child?" So with his wife, this Gargya, he had a son who became the king of the Yavanas. Yavanas are uncivilized people who don't follow Sanatana Dharma. And he was called Kalayavan. His body was like iron, because that foreign father had eaten for 12 years. He had an iron solid body. He was a powerful warrior. No one could stand in front of him. And taking an army of 6 million Yavanas, Kalayavan, as soon as he appeared, he said, "My first duty is to go and create terror for the Yadus." By this time, Krishna had come from Vrindavan. After staying in Vrindavan for over 11 years, Krishna had come to Mathura and he had killed Kuvalaya Peed. He had killed Kamsa, and Asti and Prapti had run away to Magadha, to Jarasandha, and complained that we have become widows, do something, take revenge. So from there, Jarasandha came with 13 Akshayoni Sena, attacked 17 times, and Krishna killed everyone except Jarasandha each time and said, "Go home, come back later." Krishna did not kill him because he was gathering all these asuras. So he said, "You are doing good work for me. You are collecting them in one place, I can finish them in one place. So go. Bring more, Aniyor. So 17 times Jarasandha brought huge armies and Krishna and Balaram annihilated them. 18th time when they came, Jarasandha attacked, and at the same time Kalayavan attacked. So Krishna, using his Yogamaya Shakti and with the help of Vishwakarma, created a beautiful palace, a beautiful city in the middle of the ocean called Dwarka. And using his Yogamaya, overnight he transported all the Mathura Vasis to Dwarka. And then he came out of the city of Mathura all alone. He told Balaram, you protect the city, I will go all alone. Krishna came all alone, and after Kalayavan appeared in Afghanistan, Narad Muni went there. And Kalayavan said, Narad Muni, I am so powerful, but I am not able to find a worthy opponent. Can you tell me who can be a worthy opponent? Narad Muni said, yes, there is someone with lotus eyes. Lotus eyes? And what? And he has got long, powerful arms that extend below his knees. Acha, what else? And his complexion is like a rain-filled cloud. He wears yellow dhoti. He's very beautiful to look at. He wears earrings that are shaped like a shark. His neck is like a conch shell with 3 lines. His chest is broad. His waist is narrow. He has a deep navel and he's got lotus feet. And he is the supreme destination for all his devotees. His name is Vasudev. Vasudev, let me go and fight him. So Kalayavan had heard about Vasudev Krishna from Narad Muni, and he came to Mathura. And he saw Krishna walk out of the city of Mathura. And Krishna was wearing a pitambar vastra, yellow dhoti. Krishna had lotus eyes. He was very beautiful, and he perfectly matched the description that he had heard from Narad Muni. Now remember this verse. Bhavapa vargo brahmoto yada bhave janasya tarachyuta sat samagamam. When you meet a devotee, what happens? Our liberation is guaranteed. So Kalayavan said, yes, that fellow matches the description that I heard from Narad Muni. It's a match. So he gets down from his chariot, and his 6 million Yavan soldiers are ready to pounce on Krishna. And Kalayavan says, stop! I am enough for him. He looks so weak. His skin is soft like butter. And look, he is not even armed. So being a Kshatriya of very high moral standards, here I drop my weapons. Take my sword, take my bow and arrow. I don't need any weapons. I will fight with him and kill him with my own hands. This Mother Earth today has become thirsty for the blood of Vasudeva. And I will quench her thirst. Kalayavan started marching towards Krishna. And Krishna looked back at Kalayavan and quickened his pace a little. And Kalayavan said, I'm going to catch you. And Kalayavan was running with full speed. In some places it says Krishna was walking. Some places it says Krishna was running. So sometimes Krishna was walking, sometimes Krishna was running. And Kalayavan was running full speed behind Krishna. But he could never touch Krishna. But he was always close enough to Krishna so that he had great hope that very soon I will catch him. Very soon I will catch him. Like the carrot. So Krishna was walking, Kalayavan was running. Kalayavan could never catch up with him. And from Mathura, they ran all the way to Rajasthan. Haribol. Interstate. Interstate marathon. They reached Rajasthan, and Krishna very nonchalantly entered that cave. Nobody knew about that cave. And Kalayavan said, what audacity! He is entering a cave which has only one mouth. How foolish! I am going to trap him, I am going to catch him. Now his death has come. And Kalayavan, with great enthusiasm, rushed into the cave. But inside the cave, everything was very dark. And Kalayavan, who was running in the bright sunlight, had to adjust his eyes to the darkness within the cave. And slowly he could make out a figure who was sleeping on the ground. And he said, this is so insulting. I have run all this way to fight with him, and this Vasudeva is sleeping peacefully. How audacious! Da! He went and with full strength, Bhagavatam says with full strength, he kicked Krishna, or who he thought was Krishna, with such force that that kick alone would kill a person. No soccer player can kick like that. Kalayavan's body was made of iron. And with full force, full strength, he kicked that person who he thought was Krishna. He said, get up! Kalayavan did not know, but that sleeping beauty was Maharaj Mucukunda, who had been sleeping for ages. And Maharaj Mucukunda, being a powerful Kshatriya, he was very powerfully built. His body was from Satyayug. Kalayavan was at the end of Dwapar Yuga. He was no match for Maharaj Mucukunda. Maharaj Mucukunda turned around and looked at Kalayavan. Who are you? How dare you kick me? How dare you wake me up? He just looked at him angrily. And as soon as he looked at him angrily, the fire element in the body of Kalayavan, it became activated and he self-immolated. He got burned to ashes, and where Kalayavan stood, there was a heap of ashes. The next moment, finished. And then the whole cave lit up. And Kalayavan, Maharaj Mucukunda looked away from Kalayavan towards the effulgence. And in the cave, Maharaj Mucukunda saw beautiful Krishna, who was standing wearing his Pitambar Vastra, and just the description that is there in the Shastra, Krishna with his full beauty. The only difference was Krishna was manifesting his four-armed form as Vasudeva, Vishnu. In his four-armed Narayan form, the Supreme Lord Krishna gave darshan to Maharaj Mucukunda. And Mucukunda was bewildered. He said, "Who are you, O great personality? Are you the Surya Dev? Or are you some other demigod? Or are you the presiding deity of some planet? Who are you? You are so effulgent. Your glaring effulgence is blinding me. I think you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Narayan. O great person, please reveal your identity to me." Krishna spoke to Maharaj Mucukunda. Which identity should I tell you? Many births I have taken, many times I have incarnated. Which incarnation would you like to hear? Well, because you are asking me, I will tell you about this incarnation. I am the son of Vasudeva and Devaki, and therefore I am called Vasudev. Recently I killed Kalanemi, who had taken a rebirth as Kamsa. And I killed many other demons and got many demons killed, like Pralambasur, etc., etc. I have come here because Kalayavan was the leader of the demons, the Yavanas. And I led him here, and I killed so many demons, but Kalayavan I could not kill. And O Maharaj Mucukunda, you are my dear friend because you have killed Kalayavan. Maharaj Mucukunda said, "My dear Krishna, let me tell you my story, how I ended up here sleeping. I come in the dynasty of Maharaj Ikshvaku. In the line of Maharaj Ikshvaku, there was a great king named Maharaj Mandhata. I am his son. For many years, I served your devotees, the demigods. I fought for them against the demons. And I was so tired that when they offered a benediction, I said, I just want to sleep. But sleeping is in the mode of ignorance. Thank you for getting me awakened. And the first darshan I had was of you." Krishna said, "I am very pleased with you. You served the demigods, who are my representatives, and you served me by killing Kalayavan, who I could not kill, to respect the benediction of Lord Shiva. So thank you. Now you, please ask me for any benediction. Anyone who satisfies me never has to beg to anyone, never has to be dissatisfied. And you have satisfied me. So ask me for any benediction." Maharaj Mucukunda says, "My dear Krishna, I have seen the nature of this material world. Therefore, I will not ask you for anything material, because anything of this world is temporary and fickle. It never lasts. I want service to your lotus feet. That is all that I want. Oh beautiful lotus-eyed Lord, now that I have approached your lotus feet, please don't kick me away. Even though I am full of false ego, having been a king, having sat on huge elephants, having been worshipped by so many servants and followers, having lived in opulent palaces, I am full of arrogance and ego. Being kicked by this Yavan was the right punishment for me. Now please, my dear Krishna, give me pure devotion for you. and you asked what benediction I want benediction that I should not want any benediction. I want benediction that I don't have any material desire in my heart. I only want devotion for you. Other than Krishna Bhakti, I don't wish for anything. And then remembering the Devatas for whom he had worked so hard, fought so hard, he says this verse. Bhava pavargo brahmato yadha bhave janasya tar achyuta sat samagamaha satsangamo yarhi tadaeva sadgatau paravareshe tvai jayate matihi. That brings us to this verse. Maharaj Mucukunda offers this prayer. Krishna is so pleased. He says, Maharaj Mucukunda, go, leave this cave and roam freely this earth. You have nothing to worry, for you will never forget my lotus feet wherever you go. But listen, as a Kshatriya, you have engaged in hunting. As a Kshatriya, you have shed so much blood in the wars that you have fought. Therefore, go and perform penance, perform tapasya to rid yourself of all those sins. And in your next birth, you will be born as a first-class Brahman Vaishnava, and you will deliver the whole world. Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
And that's how this chapter ends. Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Can I please continue?
Hari Bol.
Now, Srimad Bhagavatam doesn't say this, but there are, if you go to the holy places, there is Thal Mahatmya. There is the significance of different holy places. There is Thal Puran. If you go to Tirupati, you will hear the story of Lord Venkateshwar, Lord Srinivas. Similarly, there is an ancient holy place in Maharashtra called Pandharpur. And if you go to Pandharpur, I have heard this story from one of the high priests in Pandharpur directly when we went there. In Pandharpur, it is said that this Maharaj Mucukunda, he met Krishna at the end of Dwapar Yuga, and in Kali Yuga, he was born in Pandharpur. And because that one grudge was there in his heart after finishing his fight against the demons, that my wife is no more, my kids are no more. He was born in Pandharpur to parents who were pure devotees. Satsangam. His parents were pure devotees. So from childhood, this boy, his name was Pundarik. He got wonderful Krishna consciousness. But when he got married, he became very attached to his wife. And he started neglecting his parents. And he was with his wife all the time. And he actually made his parents serve him and his wife. One day, his parents begged him that please, in interest of time, I'm cutting a long story very short. His parents really wanted to go to Prayag because there was Kumbh Mela. They said it is a very pious activity for a child to take old parents to Prayag for the Kumbh Mela. Will you please take us? Pundarik said, no, I will not take you. You should stay here and serve me and my wife. He was very mean to his parents. The parents decided that we will go to Prayag. We are old, we may die on the way or we may die there, but we will just go there, we will never come back. Our son and daughter-in-law, they ill-treat us so much. So the parents started walking to Prayag from Pandharpur, Maharashtra. When Pundarik came to know parents have left the house without telling me, just to trouble them, insult them and irritate them, he hired 2 horses, one for his wife, one for him, and he was trotting alongside his parents, mocking them. Ooh, you are walking, I am on a horse. You are tired, I am not. And all the way, just you left house without telling me, now this is what you get. Look, I can afford a horse. You have to walk bare feet. He was just mocking and teasing his parents all the way from Maharashtra. Almost to the point where they reached Prayag. They were at the outskirts of Prayag and the parents were not looking at Pundarik and his wife. Okay. May God bless you. They were just chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. They were tolerating and walking. Before they reached Prayag, one day before, in the evening, they reached the ashram of a great sage. So they decided to stay there for the night. The parents. So the parents checked into that dharmashala, that ashram, and Pundarik and his wife also decided we will also stay here. So he tied the horses to a tree outside the ashram, and they also entered the ashram. It was late at night. When they entered the ashram, they were given accommodation. At night, Pundarik had to answer nature's call. So he got up and he went outside to answer nature's call, and he saw 3 very beautiful ladies dressed in pure white saris walk into the ashram. And then they took broomsticks in their hand, Chitravirya, and they were cleaning the altar of the ashram of the sadhu. And they started sweeping the ashram outside where it was very dusty. And by the time they finished, all their saris and everything was full with sweat and mud and dirt. And then they started leaving. And Pundarik was standing there watching who are these beautiful ladies who are doing seva for this rishi, this sadhu. He started walking behind them. And these 3 ladies were talking with each other. Are you scared, sister? Yes, I am so scared. I wish the sun never rises tomorrow. Yes, me too. And Pundarik cannot hold his curiosity. He goes and asks them, why are you so scared? Who are you? And what were you doing in this ashram? The 3 ladies looked at him startled and said, oh, you are the one we are talking about. I am Ganga, this is Yamuna, and this is Saraswati. And we accept the sins of all the sinners in Kali Yuga. But do you know how we become purified? By serving the lotus feet, by performing menial service to great sadhus, like whose ashram you are staying in, and your parents, who happen to be pure devotees, who you have offended all your married life. By serving great souls, we become purified. Ganga, Jamuna, Saraswati are saying. But Pundarik, we dread tomorrow because we know tomorrow a sinner, offender like you is going to come and deposit all your sins in us. We dread tomorrow. When Pundarik heard this, all the devotional seeds that were planted in his heart in his childhood, they sprouted. And he realized what a wretch he had been, what a sinful person he had been. He fell at the feet of Ganga, Jamuna and Saraswati and said, oh mothers, I will never pollute you. I will never come to Prayag. I will turn back from here. And I promise you, I will serve my parents for the rest of my life. In the morning when his parents woke up, they woke up to somebody massaging their feet. They opened their eyes and it was Pundarik and his wife massaging their feet. So son, what happened? Have you lost it? Something happened to you? He said, from today I am your servant. You just worship Krishna and I will worship you. You worship Krishna, I will worship you, that's all. The parents said, we are amazed to see your transformation. Later on they came back to Pandharpur. And day and night, Pundarik and his wife engaged in the service of the old parents who happened to be pure devotees of Krishna. Now Krishna of Dwarka, who had given darshan to Mucukunda Maharaj, he came from Dwarka. There is Nitya Dwarka. Eternally the pastimes are going on in the Aprakat Leela. Krishna came from Dwarka to Pandharpur. And when he was coming, Rukmini Devi said, where are you going? Krishna said, I am going to meet a devotee. Rukmini said, without me? Oh, you can also come. No problem. So Rukmini also came. So Rukmini and Dwarkadhish Krishna, Vasudev, they come to the house of Pundarik. It's afternoon time. Pundarik and his wife have cooked prasad for the parents. Parents have eaten and parents are taking rest and Pundarik is massaging their feet. Krishna comes and knocks on the door. Pundarik turns his head behind and looks. Who is it? He says, Krishna and Rukmini, can you please come and meet us? We have come all the way from Dwarka to meet you. Pundarik says, my parents, they take rest for 1 muhurta after eating, so wait for 48 minutes. And he picks up 2 bricks and tosses them. He said, you can stand on this bricks as asana. I will attend to you later. After attending to his parents, he goes out to meet Krishna and Rukmini. And Krishna says, "My dear Pundarik, this is in Bhagavatam. In your previous birth as Mucukunda, I tested you. When I gave you darshan in the cave, I offered you material benedictions. But you passed the test. You refused material benedictions." And Krishna says in Bhagavatam that I offered you to test you. I wanted to show the whole world that you will pass the test. My devotee never wants anything material. And in this life also, Pundarik, I tested you. If you would have left the service of your devotee parents and come to answer the door call, I would have disappeared. But because you made me wait until you had finished your service to your parents, I waited for you. And now I am so pleased with you that I am never going to leave you. Make arrangements, I am staying here now. And he became Panduranga, Vitthal and Rukmini. That is according to the Sthala Mahatmya of Pandharpur, this is the birth of Mucukunda Maharaj, as mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. Shri Mucukunda Maharaj ki Jai! Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai! Nitai Gaur? Now very quickly, I want to just go around, literally couple of minutes. I want to hear some reflections from all of you. Something that you learned from today's Bhagavatam reading. Some take-home message. You can raise your hand and answer. Share it with all of us. Something that you learned from this pastime of Maharaj Mucukunda. Yes, Rajiv Shyam Prabhu.
I did not know about Pundarik was born. I guess Maharaj Mucukunda was born. I always heard about the Pundarik story, like how Mucukunda came in Pandharpur, but I did not know of the link between the
Hare Krishna. Anyone else? Yes, Mataji.
I had two questions. The second one you already answered because I wanted to ask you in the next life what did Mucukunda was like when he was Pundarik. But the first question is Mucukunda Maharaj had like a benediction, right? Whenever he opens his eyes, the person who receives will die. So Kalevan died because of Mucukunda Maharaj opened his eyes, or he was burned to ashes because of his self-envy?
Because of the glance of Maharaj Mucukunda. Krishna is very expert in doing multiple things, accomplishing multiple purposes by doing one action. By bringing Kalayavan, leading him to that cave, Lord Krishna delivered Mucukunda, gave him darshan, relieved him of that benediction that whoever wakes you up and you look at will die. He used it in a proper way by killing Kalayavan, who Krishna did not want to kill to respect Lord Shiva. So in this way, and he protected the residents of Dwarka by killing Kalayavan. So Krishna performed he shot multiple targets with one arrow. That is the expertise of Krishna. Only Krishna can do that. So it was Mucukunda who killed Kalayavan. And Krishna says that in Bhagavatam. I killed Kansa, you killed Kalayavan. Krishna says to Mucukunda Maharaj.
My reflection for today is like whenever God appears or Bhagwan appears for you to give the benediction, think before you ask for the benediction.
Yes. Bhagavatam teaches us what we should ask for. Ashlishva padaratam pinashtuma madarshana marmahatam karotu va yatha tatha va vidadhatu lampato matprananathas tu sarevana para na dhanam na janam na sundarim kavitam va jagadisha kamaye mama janmani janmanishware bhavatar bhakti rahaitu kitoi aham hare tava padaikamula dasanudaso bhavitasmi bhuya manah smareta supater gunamste grinitava karma karotu kaya. Bhagavatam, our acharyas, Mahaprabhu, they teach us what we should ask, what we should pray for. Krishna prem, prema pumartho maha. The highest artha for a human being, pumartha, is prem, Krishna prem. Prem prayojan is the highest thing that we should ask for, prem. Radha Krishna seva pao, ye abhilashi. Namo Namaha, Tulasi Krishna Prayasi. Hare Krishna. Thank you.